So in the final recording, we're going to now just try to tidy up our top level application such that instead of having all of this code here, which displays the rhymes by syllable, what instead we're going to do is going to have it create another special component, which is going to be maybe something we'll call rhyme bin. But then the question becomes, the first question we need to answer is, how do you call a function in either a sibling object or in a kind of like a child object? Surprisingly, that is, unlike most things in Angular, which are horribly difficult, that is actually surprisingly easy. So I'll show you quickly how that works. So first of all, we need to create our new object as before. So as before, we'll go to the command line, type in ng, G as in generate, C as in component, and then we'll create something called rhyme bin. Okay, so we do that, and that should create a folder called rhyme bin, and it'll inside that folder called rhyme bin, it'll put some stub files of a CSS file, the HTML, and the TypeScript file. So as I said, it's surprisingly it can be quite easy to create run functions inside sort of either siblings or children. So let's kind of create this object here. So having created rhyme bin, we just now create app-rhyme bin. Okay, and then so we've got our object there. We'll trigger it by a span above. This is just for now. I'm not going to do anything afterwards. So say hello. Let's say the text says say hello. Now, in rhyme bin, let's just create a very simple function which just does an alert. So in the TypeScript file inside rhyme bin, we're going to put, let's do some function, let's do handle, which takes, I put string as a parameter, and as a consequence, when it gets that, all it does is show an alert. And that's all this function does. I just want to show you how simple it is to do this in Angular. So having done that, then we need to go to the parent component. So let's go to app.html, say hello. So on the click inside the span, we say on the click, we're going to now, what we need to do is run a function inside the rhyme bin. Now, how do you do that? Well, actually, you first of all, and this is what is surprisingly straightforward, you first of all give it an ID. So let's say something like #RB. So we're going to now, so this object name then, if you like, is RB. So, and then we can say on this click, we say click equals, and then quote RB, naming the object, dot, and then we just say the function, which I think we've called handle. And inside the handle, we'll just say hello there, inside single quotes, and then we'll close the brackets, and then close the rest by double quotes. So therefore, we've just all we're doing is running a function. We're passing some text into that function. Okay. So having done all that, we'll do a save of all, and then we'll compile it, which is ngserve as usual. We'll just wait for it to compile. And what should happen now is, because I've said that this rhyme bin object, okay, we've given it the name, or the thing by which it can be referred, as RB, and so then we can actually then say RB dot with the name of the member method inside it. So let's now see if that does actually work. So I will now go to the browser, and I'll do localhost 4200, and then click on say hello, and then says hello there. So you see, as you see, it works fine. So that's just kind of how it's quite straightforward, much more straightforward than you might first of all have thought, to actually run a function inside an object. So what you can see, that you see here, essentially what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be saying selection changed rb.getRhymes.event. So the next kind of few tasks is just simply to get all of the functionality out of this top level and into this thing called rhyme bin. So we'll do that in another video.